This is Andy Serber with Rockhouse Music Alliance, and I am super excited today because we have a guest in the studio that I am just so thrilled to finally get the chance to sit down and talk to and spend some time with. This man has C's that come in threes. Mr. CC Clevenger.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure to have you on the show, man.
Oh, man, it's been a while.
It has been a while. We've been trying to do this for a long time, and just schedules and life and
music, man.
Music it ain't easy.
No, it's definitely not easy, but it's fun.
It is fun, and we're loving it. But man, thank you for being in the studio today and sitting down and talking to us. And what we want to do is we want to find out more about you and kind of what your musical journey's been and what some of your future goals are. And the specific reason why I want to do this is it gets the fans a chance to kind of really connect with you.
Right.
And really see what you're about. And I feel like if they can do that and they can hear some of these stories about how you wrote your songs and how they came together, then you build a stronger connection with them. And it's great. I love learning about my favorite artist, and you, sir, are one of my favorite artists.
Thank you. And just to let everybody know that I am the newest signee of Rockhouse Music Alliance.
Absolutely. Just happened today.
Just happened today, and I am proud to be on the label, and I am proud to start supporting other artists. And it's all about supporting local artists and bumping up everybody coming up.
Yeah. And that's what we're doing this for. That's the point of music, is being able to share it with others.
Right.
And those that produce it and create music understand it's tough, man.
Oh, the music business is definitely a jungle, and it's it's the law of averages.
Yeah.
Can you be at the right place at the right time? Do you know the right people? And there's a lot of artists who are talented that may not have that eye candy look that I call it the machine.
Yeah.
Is looking for.
Yeah.
There are so many artists out there that my 96-year-old grandmother listens to the radio all the time. And then I get a phone call 2 or 3 times a day because, God bless her, she has dementia. And I'm about the only grandchild she knows to call.
Yeah.
And she goes, Charles, I've heard the radio all day, and you just blow these people away all the time. How in the world did they get signed? I'm like, well, my mom, they either are married to somebody or they're related to somebody, or the machine has picked them up and think they can make money off of them.
But we have artists like you that are out there creating real music.
Yeah, artists like me who says, screw the system.
I'm going to do what I want to do.
I do it because I love it. I love music. Music is my great equalizer. It's my peacemaker. I sit there, and when I write a song or I listen to music, if I'm tensed out, I just put on music. I listen to music constantly where my wife is like, oh, my God, do you ever stop?
Yeah.
We go to restaurants. We go to a department store. We're walking through a mall somewhere, and I hear a song, and I'm like, oh, I know that when I start singing it. She goes, you never stop. It never stops. So
you got to be a musician to understand it. It's a 24/7 job.
It is. And when I'm sleeping, I'm dreaming of music. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's
You ever have them times where you wake up and you're looking for the notepad on the nightstand?
I keep a digital recorder next to my nightstand
I
at all times.
Yeah.
And sometimes, and the greatest story, a couple of my songs have been at 3 o'clock in the morning after I get home, and I'm grabbing the digital recorder, and I'm like, oh, no, I have to wake up. And I can't go back to sleep until I get them words out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to get it down. And I've sat on a song for a year. I've had a hook, and I've sat on that thing for a year, and just when it hit, boy, it hit in 10 minutes. And I just sat down, and there it was.
Most of the time, if I'm stuck on a song, I just forget about it. And then maybe one day I'll come back to it, and I'm like, well, where did I go with that? And if I've lost a lot of songs like that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
My mom has a scrapbook at home. And if you open up that scrapbook, it's been in every band that I've been in since I moved to Virginia in 2008. And there's another section from 1992 to today of dinner napkins, restaurant placemats, and just little pieces of scrap paper that I've had a pen and writing down lyrics everywhere I go.
Yeah.
And she kept that scrapbook. So that thing is huge now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I think that's something that a lot of people may not understand or don't see about music is the work that goes into it behind the scenes. I mean, just writing a song, and then of course when you go out and play a live show,
Right.
you've got the practice, you've got getting the gear ready, all the production that goes into it, and everything else. There's a lot of it is a full-time job, and most of us that are independent musicians, we have to work full-time jobs
Right.
to do what we
We
do.
don't have the luxury that some of these artists that are touring does, and we're not getting a sponsorship to go out there and take the time off, and we don't have the bus sponsorship to take us to the gigs. And
Yeah.
we got to get in vans and trucks and
Riding the old 73 Pinto down the road, hoping she makes it there.
I had a Ford, Ford Club Wagon that was an 8-seater, and I took all the seats out.
Yep.
And I had an old rusty mattress in the back, and I had the equipment sitting on top of it, and it's broke down about 16, 17 times. I had to call Mom, said, Mom, I need money.
Somebody riding down the road on a wedge, on a monitor.
Donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there, man.
Yeah.
And that's why we had fun with that, didn't we? That's why we
I
do
wouldn't
it.
trade it for the world, man.
It's awesome. Speaking of that, tell me how did you get into music? What was the initial driver for you that pulled you into this? I'm going to go ahead and say it had to be something natural because your voice is out of this world.
I appreciate that.
I mean, your range and control and skill is unprecedented.
My first time hearing an artist was when I was 6 years old. My grandfather, God rest his soul, my grandfather Clevenger, played Conway Twitty on a record, and it was Why Me Lord.
Okay.
First artist I ever heard. And then I got him to play it 7 or 8 times in a row, and by the 8th time I had the words memorized.
Just
The weird thing about me is I don't read music. I can't read music. I can't tell. Well, I can a little bit because I went to school and retaken music classes or whatever.
yeah.
I play 4 or 5 different instruments, and I still can't read music charts. I learned by hearing, and I learned by hearing it and repeating it until it,
And I think it's more organic that way.
Yeah.
Because if you write it down on a piece of sheet music, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You either did it or you messed up.
Right.
And some of the funnest times I've ever had on stage is playing something I didn't even know.
Right. Well, here's my favorite, one of my favorite, and I know this will probably be a question later, is Paul Rogers. Paul Rogers is a big influence because if you listen to the man sing, you never hear the same song twice.
Yeah.
He never goes by charts. He never goes technical. He goes by what he feels every single night when he sings that song. He ad-lib. I like to say I ad-lib just like Paul Rogers when I forget lyrics. But, I have my own little thing called Watermelon Wine, and I'm letting everybody know now that when I forget a lyric on stage or I'm just getting into it where I'm happy and I just forget where I'm supposed to be, I just go, watermelon wine. Yes. And just, that's people. A lot of people don't listen to you.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get the musicians out there and they're picking you apart and, oh, man, you just messed up that lyric and blah, 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 blah. Because I've been there. I do it all the time. But I watermelon wine it, man. And that's, people don't know the difference.
Just roll with it. Yeah.
I just roll with it. I never stop.
And you're there to make those people forget about their problems for the time that you're on the stage. And I don't know that a lot of people understand that we take that serious as musicians.
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, we have a lot of people that we know are just stressed out to the core, who are thinking about, they have dark issues and they have dark thoughts in their minds.
Oh yeah, bills are coming every day.
Every day, and if you're like me, who's still a starving artist, and still fighting to pay bills, and going back to school full time at WGU to get my bachelor's in elementary education, and we're trying to find something that'll take those things away for a couple hours.
Yeah.
So when we get to the show, I want to make everybody remember the songs back in the day, or, oh man, I love Hurt So Good by John Mellencamp, or I love Give Me 3 Steps by Skinner, or
Yeah.
we mixed Sweet Home Alabama and All Summer Long by Kid Rock and Skinner together. and it gets them on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Or it gets them seat dancing if they don't want to get up on the dance floor.
Yeah, and they forget about what's bothering them.
Right.
They decompress. They get that little bit of a mental health break.
Yep.
Just be like, you know what?
For those 3 or 4 hours, they have fun. They're smiling.
Yeah, they're dancing,
getting drunk, whatever they got to do.
hooping and hollering. And,
that's right.
Everything on page 3 in the handbook, they're going to do it.
That's right. And
That's the
it
way
makes
it goes.
it makes you feel accomplished and makes you know that it's worth it, what you're doing.
It is, yeah. And that's one of the – now, how do you handle a show? I call them funeral home shows. When you go there,
yeah,
and they're just sitting there like this looking at you.
I've been there. Been there many a time.
That sucks, doesn't it?
I've been to a show, and my smallest crowd was 4 people. And it was a Friday night, and Mumford and Sons were in town at the stadium. The fair was going on at the same time, and 4 people were sitting in the crowd, and you can tell they weren't there just for the music. And I put on the same show that I would put on if there was 600 people jam-packed in that place. Because, number one, if you're not doing it with your full capabilities and 100%, then you don't need to be on stage doing it.
Yeah.
Number two, and I know there's a lot of artists that do this, and I know there's a lot of people who are going to disagree with me, but I do not condone music stands or iPads. You will never see me on stage with words, music stands, iPads, nothing. If you don't know the song, don't play the song.
You ain't ready.
Because if you're looking at an iPad or if you're looking at a music stand, you're not looking at the crowd.
Yep.
So
I hear you on
and
that.
The crowd gets 100% of my attention the whole time, because I want to let them know that I appreciate them coming out. Because if they're not here, we're just a garage band playing in a garage picking.
Yeah. Yeah. You just doing the thing.
Yeah. So I mean, I know there's a lot of new people who's like, well, I want to try something new for the crowd. Great. That's awesome. But that's just not my thing.
Yeah.
So I'm an old school guy.
Yeah.
So.
And I kind of like that, and that brings me into another point. So this next point is, how do you feel about AI music? Writing songs via AI, producing them via AI, creating tracks via AI. Randy Travis just did that. And I'd like to get your objective feedback on what do you think about that?
Quite honestly, I think it's bullshit.
I do too.
If you can't come up with your own lyrics and your own way of saying things, then it's not you, and then you shouldn't be doing it. Randy Travis, God bless his soul, he's had a great career, and I know he's sick, and I know his mind doesn't work as well. But you got Nashville songwriters doing the same thing that AI is doing now.
Yeah.
You're recording their songs, and they're writing your music. So, yeah, there's quite a few artists, and some of the biggest artists use Nashville writers, and they don't write their own stuff. But I just don't like the fact that a machine is writing all your music, because at that point, they can always computer generate an artist on stage, and you won't have a job anymore.
Yeah, you just the bear at Chuck E. Cheese at that point.
Pretty much, yeah. The Country Bears, man, from back in the day.
Yeah, that's all you're doing.
So
now, I'm gonna confess something. I did not stay up on the news with the Randy Travis thing.
Yeah.
So I'd been out one day and I was driving home, and it came on the radio, and I thought they said, "Here's a new song from Randy Travis." Well, I thought they went and dug something out of the studio,
right,
that they'd recorded back in the 80s, and we just hadn't heard it yet. Which I heard that Waylon Shooter's got some stuff in the hopper. Waylon,
I did hear that.
I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Anything to do with Waylon Jennings or Shooter is pretty much his dad's clone.
So, oh yeah.
4th of July was probably my favorite song by Shooter.
Oh, I love me some Shooter.
Yeah.
I loved how he covered "Call Me the Breeze" by Skinner.
Yep.
He just put that Shooter spin on it, and that was
anything to do with Shooter Jennings or Waylon Jennings or Johnny Cash, or I'll tell you who I really wanted to be when I was younger was the plump Kenny Rogers. Because I grew up, and at 13 years old, I started getting gray hair. My mom's side of the family, Native American and all that, you get gray early.
Mm-hmm.
And wanted to be Kenny Rogers. I heard Lady, and I seen the video for Lady with the white crushed velvet suit and the shirt open and the gold chain. Didn't even know he was a rock and roll star before he was a country star.
Yeah.
But as soon as I heard Lady, I'm like, that's who I'm going to be.
That's
yeah. And I'm a balladeer. I get flack from my father. You got to write something fast, son. I'm like, no, you don't. No, I don't. I'm a balladeer, man. If you listen to my music, I'm a ballad guy.
Anybody that knows your voice knows that you'll take a ballad and, by God, pull their heart out of their rib cage with it. I mean, I've listened to some of your songs, and I'm like, man, he's my friend and everything, but damn, I wish I could sing like he does.
I appreciate it, man. I mean,
I'll admit I'm a little bit jealous of your vocal abilities and things.
I do me, and then I know there's people better than me, and I know there's people worse than me, but I give 100% of me, and then if you like me, then great, thank you for your support. If you're a hater, keep on hating, because I get publicity that way too.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, either way, I mean, I want to put my spin on things. If I'm doing a cover, I really want to do originals. I want to get my originals out there. I want to play original show. I haven't got to play one show yet that I did all originals. So,
how many originals do you have released right now?
7.
Seven out right now.
They're on Spotify, Amazon, iHeart, Pandora, iTunes, every digital media platform you can think of that's on.
Yeah, and we'll link those in this video so that you don't have to go searching. You just go look in the comments and click, and then you're going to go listen to him, and you're going to be a lifelong fan like I am, and hopefully buy his music and
or just stream it.
Yeah, stream it.
Just stream it, yeah. Because nowadays, if you don't have streams and you don't have followers, you can't get gigs.
Yeah, and that's the way that the world is.
It sucks, man. Because back in the day, because I'm older, I'm an old guy, and I feel old every time I listen to some of these new bands and these kids that we substitute teacher for, and they're saying, "Oh, this band here," and I'm like, "Oh my God, that's horrible."
Yeah.
Or mostly when they listen to the music they like hip hop, or they like whatever.
Yeah, and I think if you had to pick a genre that was your favorite, what would that be? Or is there a favorite? Can you even draw that line?
No. Well, I'm old school country and 70s classic rock with a new flair of blues.
See, I'm a blues man.
Yeah.
My go-to is blues, and then I go into the southern rock and the country.
Right.
But as everybody knows, they all blend together.
Oh,
all that shit happened in Memphis.
Everything came from the blues.
Yeah.
And I've been in, I was raised in a church, so I've got the church roots going on. Elvis Presley did the gospel music. Conway Twitty did gospel music. I love Casting Crowns, Mercy Me.
Yep.
People thought I was Bart from Mercy Me back in the day because I keep my head shaved. I have the glasses, and he was big.
Yeah.
My grandmother called me up and said, "What are you doing on TV?" I'm like, "God bless if I am."
Nobody told me.
Yeah, right. Please.
Reckon when I'm going to get paid for that.
Yeah. So, and then from that aspect, I got into Broadway and doing plays and theater. So
I did not know that.
I performed in Fiddler on the Roof at the Paramount here in Bristol.
Nice.
Laser Wolf the Butcher. I was in Cover Bridge Theater in Maryland, where I'm from, Elkton, Maryland. That's my hometown. I did Bye Bye Birdie, the Damn Yankees. I did productions everywhere, man. So I'm an all-around entertainer who just enjoys being on stage.
I'm glad you said that, because I've mentioned before that I'm an entertainer. Mm-hmm. And I don't think a lot of people understand. It doesn't necessarily. You could be music. You could be doing a podcast.
Yeah.
It could be comedy. It could be anything. But I feel like there are people that are just entertainers that have that drive and desire to go out and create things that people enjoy seeing.
Right.
And I think I fall into that same category as well. And I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You had the
I love acting.
The acting
yeah.
chops that you do. Yeah.
I took acting in elementary school, high school, and that's actually what I want to be. Would love to be a drama teacher and give back to the students that are coming up.
Yeah.
It's the elementary education programs got me doing everything, math, science, social studies, whatever. But my goal is to be a drama teacher and start helping these kids act and get their chops on stage.
Help them kind of develop
Yeah, get
the things, because I guess you and I are probably the same. We felt this entertainer vibe
right.
when we were children. You know, my first, I guess, foray into music, I used to drag mom's pots and pans out of the cabinet
Right.
and sit there and beat on them with spoons listening to Foreigner, damn jukebox hero in the damn kitchen. By God, I was doing my thing,
Well,
you know?
Tell you what links us together is that I actually started out as a drummer.
Oh, really?
My dad was a drummer in the Navy. He had a rock band, and when he was stationed in Key West, and I started out. I'm a left-handed drummer.
Oh, a freak of nature.
Yeah, so I've learned how to play right-handed to a point. Yeah, but it looks horrible on stage. But I started out as a drummer, and then one night the singer got sick, and they put me out front, and I've been out front ever since.
Just been out front doing what you do.
But I still like when we do cover band stuff, I like the drummer come out and sing a few, and I go back and play drums on a few. And
See, I love that. Yeah. I think if I'm going to go see a band and they're switching instruments and doing stuff,
yeah,
I've got so much admiration and respect for those guys. I'm like, not only did you learn your part,
right,
you learned everybody else's part, and at any point in time, you guys can just that's damn musicianship.
Well, it's entertainment too. And
yeah,
it's you're not seeing the same people doing the same thing for 4 hours, so you're getting something new, and you're getting somebody else's flair on what they like to do.
Oh yeah,
and it's all about the show, man. And my dad and I say all the time that he's not coming out paying $10 to see somebody just stand there. He wants to see movement. He wants to see the singer and the guitar player get together and rock back and forth like Kiss did. And you know, my all-time favorite band in the whole world, Kiss, until this recently where I'm glad they retired. My wife and I seen them about 2 years ago in West Palm Beach, and Gene was missing his lyrics because he was singing back up to lip syncing, and Paul was lip syncing, and broke my heart, man. I broke my heart. They tried to put on a show, but
you can take it too far.
You know, it's to the point where if they went out on the Psycho Circus tour like they were supposed to, it would have been great.
Yeah.
But then you got Rolling Stones out there who's still going to be on walkers with a microphone in their hand soon.
I mean, what about some of these guys, man? Like, what about Willie? You know,
Willie is still kicking, man. I think it's the weed though that's keeping Willie going.
It might be. I will tell you, I saw Willie up at Freedom Hall.
Yeah.
Me and my dad went up there and seen him, and we bought like pit tickets, but they had the fold-out chairs.
Right.
I think it was for his 80th birthday. He's what, 90-something now?
Oh, he's up there, man.
Yeah, he's up there. I think it was his 80th birthday, and me and my dad couldn't sit in the chair long enough to listen to the whole show because our backs were hurting. And Willie's up there on stage. Of course, he's got his orthopedic shoes on and stuff. Yeah. You know, he's got his skeechers or whatever they call them. Hell, I don't know what the hell he's.
Hey, Willie, I promote those, man. I got the slip-on Skechers going on.
He's got access to shoes that we can't afford.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. I got the slip-on Skechers because I'm an old man and I'm big in nature, and you know, it's all good.
But yeah, man, he stood up there and played, and I mean, we couldn't even sit in a chair long enough, and I was like, my God, what a human,
right?
You know, and mad respect to those guys, and I mean, even for people on our level, we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
No matter if we're hurting, we're gonna get out there. We're gonna play a show. We're gonna do the best that we can do, and you know, I think I guess this brings me to my next point of I'd like to get your input on what you think about how music has changed from when our idols came up and you had to have a label and they had to be, you know, financed to the teeth and this and that and the other. What's your thoughts on are we are we diluting music? Are we providing more good music to people? I mean, where do you fall on that?
Well, it's kind of a broken answer. I like the way that music is reaching more people nowadays. Technology's changed from when I was listening to a little record player, and now it's on the internet, and cars don't have CD players anymore.
Nope.
It's all Sirius XM satellite. I don't like that because I'm an old school guy and I don't like change. But at the same time, you can reach a lot more people. Younger generations are getting into the older people now because they have Sirius XM. I know a lot of our kids, and not trying to blow my own, toot my own horn, blow my own horn, whatever it is. A lot of the kids from school are listening to me because I'm on Spotify and Amazon, and I know it's just to get out of doing their schoolwork. Because let me sidetrack for a second. My wife actually kicked me out of her class one day. She was teaching science, and I walk in, and she introduces herself, tells her who I am, and my husband's a Nashville signed artist or Nashville recording artist and whatever. And then I walked through the door, and they asked what my name was, and then there's no textbooks anymore. Every student has a Chromebook.
Yeah.
So next thing I know, she's teaching science, and I hear my songs in like 15 different computers in her classroom. And you hear, I don't have to like you, and then you have to, you're going to have a good time. So they're all looking me up and giving me some follows and some Spotifys and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And she says, "You got to go.
Get out of here.
Get out of my class."
I'm trying to talk about a nucleus over in here, and
they're
over here on Spotify trying to boost you down monthly followers.
Yeah. So I started substituting, and then they put me in the music room, which is fine. I teach music, whatever. But all the time it was they wanted to watch my music video that's online, or they wanted to listen to my music, and I'm like, that's cool. So at the end of the school year, the 8th graders who were getting ready to graduate to 9th grade and go to a different school, they asked me to play my song, and every single one of them stood up. It was 8th grade choir, and sang my song back to me.
Oh, dude.
There was 52 kids in that class, and every single one of them knew word for word my music video.
Man, that must have felt good.
Dude, I wanted to cry. I mean, and I'm a biker and burly.
You're a big mean man.
Yeah,
man. Big mean man.
Tears were coming down, man. I was like, wow, that's awesome. But to get back to your question, because I didn't answer hard of it, I like where the music is reaching more people.
Yeah.
Okay. As far as the new music, I think it has no heart.
I would agree with that.
The 70s and 80s, like classic rock, and they wrote their own music. They wrote from life experiences like I do. All my music is true. All my songs are true about my life. It's all about my life. They put heart and soul into when they perform. They make you feel what they felt when they wrote the music. Now, the AI generation and all these the industry and the put together artists, they're singing other people's stuff that they're trying to interpret, and they don't put feeling into it. It's just another dollar sign for this record company or music business to make records off of.
Yeah. And I think I'm okay with recording somebody else's song.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you connect with it. If you were to write a song that terrible example. If I were to write a song that wasn't in my range that you could sing, because I tried to do that. Y'all see what I did there? I tried to.
Well, you can sing one of mine anytime, man. It's fine.
No, I can't. I do not have a third of the range that you have, sir. Man. I ain't even going to embarrass myself trying to do that. But if I was to write a song that was outside of my range that you really connected with,
yeah.
Dude, record it, man.
It's a win for both of us.
Yeah, and that's fine, and I have no problems with that. And I like to write together.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Because I think
we're going to we're leaving next week to Northwest Indiana. We want to be closer to our kids and grandkids because I'm getting older, and I would like to have a connection with the family.
Sure.
But it's a new crowd up there.
Yeah.
It's a new, we went to a local bar and I sang a cover song and I connected with about 150 15 new fans.
Yeah.
And it was shared over 200 times, that one little video. And then we were going to the Hard Rocks up there in Gary. The Horseshoe, is it the Horseshoe? Horseshoe up there. And there's so many places to play. There's little dive bars, too, that we went in and ate one night and about burnt the crap out of ourselves on these wings. I'm a wing connoisseur, man.
Oh, I love me some wings now.
We get these boneless wings. I'm like, let's just get the buffalo flavor. Whatever. So we were enjoying ourselves while we were up in there looking for houses, and we played some soft tip darts. We got these wings, and it didn't kick in until after you took the bite, swallowed it. But I never hardly sweat at all because of the stomach surgery and whatever. I was soaking wet. I had to change my shirt halfway through.
Oh boy!
Because these things kicked in so bad, but the chicken was so good.
Oh yeah, you
can tell we haven't had dinner yet, right? But yeah, so it's a new crowd. I'm excited because it's a new opportunity to get more fans.
Yeah.
Into my style.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go up to Chicago, it's eclectic with everything.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And you're
what? Yeah, they're all listening to it now. I mean, that's. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you can do anything they want.
Yeah. I mean, I could sing anything. My goal, and I know I'm getting off your question. So let me finish up with the question though. I like some new artists. Some new artists still carry that old school feel.
Yeah.
I'm really big fan of 30 Seconds to Mars.
Okay.
Jared Leto, because he's an actor, he's a musician, he produces his own music videos. He makes movies. I'm big on the song "The Kill" by 30 Seconds to Mars. I would love to sing that. And then, I was into Volbeat. Volbeat, Michael from Volbeat has an amazing voice. They put Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, and metal together. So I love Volbeat.
Yeah.
When I work out, I listen to angry stuff to make me mad because I don't like working out.
Nobody does.
Slipknot, Slayer,
Yeah,
Metallica, all those people.
Yeah.
But my 5 go-to is Bad Company because of Paul Rodgers, Kiss because of Paul Stanley, Journey because of Steve Perry, the original, Kenny Rogers, Conway Twitty, the 5 tiers on my Mount Rushmore.
Man, that's nice.
Yeah.
And I'm like you. I like some of the new music that's coming out, and I despise some of the new music. If it comes out in Nashville,
yeah,
I probably don't like it.
No.
And I'm tired of the sampled beats. I'm tired of all the MIDI bullshit. If you can't play the damn thing on stage,
yeah,
don't try it in the studio.
And I always tell everybody, they ask me how I learn music. And I say, I look up on YouTube, I look up live performances on stage. Because if they do it live, then I'll learn it live.
Yeah.
I don't want the studio version where you have 17 guitars and 17 people in the background singing your stuff. And then they got, we got to redo that drum track. We went in the studio in Nashville. My producer, Buddy Hyatt, who was a backup singer for the band Toto, they took my song, and Brett Mason, one of the #1 guitar players in Nashville, played on my first 4 songs. Amazing dude. They got my first song done in a matter of 4 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Those guys.
Studio. I'd never seen a studio musician session like that.
Yeah.
It was amazing, dude. And my one song and thank you for being a veteran, by the way. Thank you for serving.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
One thing about Triple C or CC Clevenger, because that's what everything's on, is that the military is my biggest priority. And I want to support and do everything I can for the military, men and women, past, present, and future, because they are my heroes.
This man's a damn patriot right here.
That's right.
And we certainly appreciate that.
Hey,
and
no problem, man.
And appreciate the fact that you would take your creative abilities and give that back.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of people that have done tremendous things for us as Americans.
Right.
And your song, man, I dig it, and it just cuts to the point.
Freedom hymn, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing what you did.
Absolutely.
That song just, I mean, it resonates with me, and I really appreciate you doing it. And, you know, and that's one of the cool things about, I guess, back to what we were talking about before, that's one of the cool things is because you have these badass musicians and songwriters like yourself that are out there writing material and producing top-notch material. I mean, grade A, USDA, by God, the best ever that's ever been sung, ever been recorded. And Nashville would have shit on that because, oh, well, we can't sell it. No, you don't know how to sell it is what the damn problem is.
Well, you know, actually, they did shit on it. They did shit on it. They told me that as a new artist at 44 years old, now, I'm not a new artist, but I'm a new artist to them.
Yeah.
That my first song is not supposed to be a military song because they think I'm milking it.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
How about that?
So
Fuck them.
Let me clear the record for everybody. Go to Spotify, go to Amazon, go to all the digital media and click on Freedom Hymn because not 1 cent comes to me. Every single cent goes to Pets for Vets to get a veteran a support animal.
Say that again, please, good sir.
Yes, sir. Every single penny. If you click on Freedom Hymn and you give me a stream, I donate 100% of that money to Pets for Vets to get our men and women who come back home with PTSD or anything they need, emotional help, to get them a support animal so they have somebody there or something there to comfort them. 100%.
If that right there doesn't make you want to support Triple C, it ain't no hope for you. I'll just tell you that right now. That I did not know that.
Yeah.
But thank you for that because I have friends that have problems and I understand how difficult things can be. And for you to do that is truly just remarkable. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for that.
And the bad part is I never got to serve because I had so many health issues. And I had to find a way that I could help support and give back.
Yeah.
And so my biggest dream was to do a support animal tour where I go on the road and do the American Legions, do the bases, and do everything so I could give every single penny. You know, I can't, we got to make gas money and we got to do that. But
yeah, you got to have bologna sandwich from time to time.
70% of that money would go towards giving these veterans support animals.
Oh man, we got to make
that was my goal. And you have to have the streams and you have to have the sponsors and you have to have this and that and the other. And, I had my hometown of Maryland on board with it. I had Delaware on board. I had Philadelphia on board, Baltimore. I had Lancaster, Pennsylvania on board. All the VFWs were willing to do that. I even had Kansas City, Missouri, because I have an old manager out there who could hook that up. But just I can't find a band who wants to travel and do these things because, all of us down here on the level that we're at, everybody has full-time jobs.
Yeah.
And they can't travel. So, I mean, it's a goal of mine for like a summer to take off and do 35 to 40 shows at American Legions or VFWs or something to raise money to help these veterans get support animals.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. If you need a drummer, I'll be there, and a Rocky House Music Alliance will support that tour.
Absolutely. I'm part of the group now, so
we're going to do that. And you know what? I'd like to see for us to get some of these veterans on stage and introduce them to their support animal.
Absolutely.
That right there would be the shit.
Absolutely.
That takes all the bullshit off the table. Anybody can sit here up in the studio and talk bullshit, but when we go out on stage and play a show and then bring somebody up and give them a support animal that is going to improve the quality of their life,
yep,
dude, we need to make that happen. And
that would be my heart right there, man.
Well, I'm giving you my full support right now, and we'll talk about that, and we'll make that shit happen.
Yeah,
that's something that I can definitely get behind.
Being somebody that knows all about it, because I do have a support animal.
Yeah,
I have, because I've been through shit in my life that I have PTSD.
Yeah,
and I have a little 8-pound Shih Tzu that's my pride and joy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And she's been at more bars in Florida than half the people that we played for. My wife and I would take her in a little carrying case, and the bartender would actually, and stroll. Yeah, I did buy her a stroller. She does have a stroller, and she has a bag for the back of the trike.
Yeah.
But the bartender at this one place would actually come over and grab her and carry her around while she was working.
Need to hang a tip jar off of her.
You damn right, man. And I'm looking around like, where's my damn dog at? And then I see people she's wandering around the bar. I'm like, this is probably the only dog that's done this.
Hey, she's doing her thing. She's out promoting Triple C, brother. I wouldn't complain.
No. No. The whole time that she's there, she keeps her eyes on me.
Yeah.
And she knows when I start going over to that dark place.
Yeah.
Because, what I have, the PTSD, causes me to go to a dark place. I have separation anxiety sometimes. Your artists, your favorite artists are just humans. Just to let everybody know. I mean, there's some people that think the celebrities are superhumans and they got all this money and they have no cares in the world. That's bullshit. Everybody's a human being. I've met a lot of these people out there, and they all have issues at home, just like everybody else.
Yep.
And I have separation anxiety. My wife can attest to that because sometimes I have it with her. If I sit at home and if I'm not thinking a good vibe or writing music, I slip off to a dark place and I get super angry, depressed, and I have to be rechecked all the time to get myself back into the right frame of mind.
Yeah.
So that's why music goes on 24/7 in my house. So my mind stays busy and stays engaged.
Yeah, and you draw that back into the music.
Right.
And I'm sure that feeds into some of the things that you write because, as you said, they're all life experiences. Yeah. You're not writing, fake shit.
Right. The biggest song we have right now that's over 600,000 streams is called "I Don't Have to Like You, But I Love You." It's just I don't have to like you. And that's from a dark time, and it's from a dark past in my family. And
man, and I'm going to tell you, I like the vibe of that song.
Yeah.
I don't know who produced that, but that entire song just fits, man.
Yeah, that was done at Hilltop Studio in Nashville, in
Hendersonville
with Buddy Hyatt.
Okay.
Redone there, and if you listen to it, man, you can. Everybody that listens to it has somebody in their family or somebody in their life that, God, I really don't like you, but I have to love you, your family member.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like Paul Thorne. I don't like anybody I love.
No.
They all piss me off. I got two of them sitting right over there.
Yeah.
Right now. I mean, I love them, but God.
Oh, my wife can tell you, man. Sometimes she needs to give me a reality check.
Yeah.
Because sometimes because she says I'm mean a lot because I like to have my privacy at home. And where we live right now, there's neighbors 10 feet away on one side. There's a neighbor, 10 feet away on the other side. It's a whole development. We got a ghetto behind us that throws shoes and metal over top the fence to try to break our windows. And, Mr. Smith & Wesson doesn't like that too well.
Nope.
So now we found a house that's out in the country, out in the farm field, and there's no neighbors. Well, maybe one across the street that's homegrown, and
yeah,
we got a big barn that's going to turn into a studio and a practice area and a jam session, and the Harleys are going to be there.
Yeah.
So,
man, living the dream.
Oh man, living the privacy.
Well, I mean, you see where we're at. I'm on the same page.
God
with
bless, man. I love this place.
I don't, and I think it's real weird, maybe for some people to hear that musicians
are people
value their privacy so much as they do, because, and maybe I'll speak for me, and you can weigh in on this. The person I am on stage is not necessarily the person I am 24/7.
Yeah.
I get into a mode up there, and I've worked my ass off to get there.
Right.
And I go, and like we talked about earlier, when I step on that stage, my damn job is to make you forget about your problems.
Right.
And I'm going to go up there and I'm going to give you 110%. I'm going to lay it all out.
Yep.
Just the whole time I'm up there, I'm going to do everything I can do. And of course, just like we're doing this, people want to know your backstory. They want to know about. They listen to your music, and I often do this. Well, where did that come from? And I think it's really comforting for people, and I think it makes them be able to connect with you closer when they know, well, okay, well, he wrote this song because of these life experiences that happened to him. And, it's just being a musician is a real hard thing to do. And anytime that you get any success, it's like everybody's trying to take all your privacy away. And,
I always said that all musicians have a screwed up side to them. Because, I mean, in order to write a real and honest song, you've got to have a lot of screwed up things going on.
Yeah, you got to be going through some pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I've got a couple cool, fun-loving songs like Gonna Have a Good Time Tonight, which I was in a band called Quarter Bounce when I first moved here in 2008. And they just started playing around. I didn't know what song it was. Apparently it was a blues song or something that the guy was playing. And I just started making up lyrics. Gonna have a good time. Whoa, tonight.
Yeah.
I sang the whole song. I wrote the whole song on stage live in a crowd and it took 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So, and then he goes, that's not original music. It's a blues tune called Fantastic Voyage. I said, it's mine now.
Well, it's original now.
So,
but yeah. Turned that ship around.
Yeah. So we had to rewrite the music to it, but, Thomas Taylor.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm familiar with Thomas.
I went on his radio show when he had it.
Yeah.
And we did Gonna Have a Good Time. We did Very Best of Me, the older version of it. And Thomas is like, you wrote that in 3 minutes? I'm like, I wrote it on stage in front of people staring at me in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I walked into the door and the music started and we were going to have a good time that night underneath those lights that we put up.
Yeah.
That was it.
I mean,
simple, but damn, man, it's a good starter for a show every time.
Dude, it's real music. It developed organically for a crowd in front of a damn crowd.
Yeah.
Dude, that's one of the more badass songwriter stories I've ever heard in my damn life. To be honest with you,
I enjoy it so much, though, man. It's really hard for people to get the grasp of, oh man, you must sit down and have to take hours, and you get on the laptop, and I'm like, no, I've never used a laptop to write music. I am old school. I use a number 2 yellow pencil and paper. And then with those little things on the end, that's called an eraser. I erase if I make a mistake.
How many teeth marks do you have in that pencil? Do you get?
Oh man,
you get on verse 2 and you get all nervous and you're gnawing on that damn thing.
Oh, I've broken quite a few, yeah. And then I started buying the big fat ones we used to use pencil fighting in elementary school.
Oh yeah, I remember them. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm old school, man. It's all good.
Man, that's. And I'm really glad we got this chance to sit down and talk about this because I think these people need to hear these stories and they need to know, who's the man behind the microphone.
Right.
And oftentimes I think that most people might not really dig into these kind of things like we do, but for me, I want to know everything about my favorite artist.
Right.
I want to know what their songwriting process is and. Do you write the music first? Do you write the lyrics first? How does that happen? And personally, it's just whatever I can do.
Usually for me, and to answer your question, I rambled on again, like I told you.
That's fine. That's what we do this for.
I am the same person, but a dimmed down version when I'm not on stage.
Yeah.
So I'm the same Triple C, CC Clevenger, whatever I am, out and about and do my thing. But as soon as I get on stage, I get that adrenaline rush, and I'm like an Autobot, man.
Oh, yeah. You can't run at 110% throttle all the time.
I try to.
You're going to burn the engine out. You got to.
My wife will tell you I only sleep about 3 hours a night.
Yeah.
4 hours a night. And then
every
once a month, I'll pass out for 20 hours and lay on the couch and sleep all day.
Been there.
Yeah. But I got so much, my mind wanders so much. And it's always running, always generating. What can I do to promote this? What can I do to promote that? How can I get more streams? How can I get people to stream my stuff? And it's nerve-wracking, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the new age, new time. And that's one of them new things that I just don't like about the new music now is trying to get people to stream. And the bar's looking at how many followers you have because if you don't have enough followers, they won't book you at their venue. Yeah. They don't care to go back and watch your videos and see how awesome you are on stage and how you're going to put on a great show. They want you to supply everybody that comes in their bar, so that they don't have to advertise themselves.
What's the damn chicken and the egg?
Yeah.
How the hell are they going to know that you're badass unless they get a chance to see you at their bar?
Absolutely.
And I mean, they got to understand. Look, we all can't start at the top.
No.
And those that do, and I'm going to say it, suck.
Yeah, absolutely.
The ones that just go viral and there they are and they ain't paid their dues and they ain't honky-tonked and they ain't been through the shitty shows of playing to 4 people.
Man, I've been through bar fights where I've had to jump in front of my equipment because bottles were coming at it. I had to beat the shit out of people because they were trying to steal my stuff during a bar fight. At a New Year's Eve, it was a 30-on-30 brawl, and people were trying to walk out with my stuff.
Yeah.
I had to beat the shit out of them. I've had to beat the shit out of people for going out there and sitting on my bike. Because the written rules are you don't sit on a man's motorcycle.
No, you don't. You can look at it. Don't touch it, though.
And then if you mess with my dog or my wife, you're just done. You might as well forget it.
That's where old Smith & Wesson comes back into there.
I don't know. Because I'm too old to use left and right.
Yeah.
But
ain't no need to get out of breath.
But I'll tell you what, my best memories and best times are at these dive bars.
Yeah.
And, I've sang in front of 25,000 people at a Southern Rock Woodstock. I got to open up for Skynyrd, Marshall Tucker, Artemis Pyle from Skynyrd, had a band called Those Guys, and we got to open up for all that. And there was 25,000, 30,000 people there. Yeah. And it was awesome. I mean, it's great.
Yeah.
But then having 100 to 50 to 100 people in a dive bar who's just having a good time and dancing and,
burning off that work week.
It's like Ronnie Van Zant says, I sing for the simple man.
Yeah.
And me, I'm a simple man who likes to sing for the common people. I mean, I'm not flashy. I don't try to be flashy. I don't talk right. My wife has to fix all my grammar and my things that I write and fixes the spelling. I talk backwards sometimes. I have dyslexia. I talk backwards and, then I wander on, like she says on my when I go live and, hey, guys, I'm going to be here tonight. And then, let me just tell you something. And I go on for 15 minutes. She's like, please stop.
Well, I mean, I hear that, but I think, like we were talking about, I think people want to know you. Yeah. They want to know what's going on, and they like these songs for their personal reasons.
Right.
And I've got some that just stand out to me that I call them songs I wish I would have wrote.
Right.
Because you hear one, you're like, damn, I felt that. That went right plumb down into the white meat,
One of my favorites is In Case You Didn't Know by Brett Eldridge.
That's good.
That's that one. And, there's so many, dude. There's so many from the 70s that I would just like, man, if I could just thought of that.
Yeah.
Hey Jude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, from the Beatles. I'm not even a Beatles fan, but Hey Jude just hits home.
Yeah.
And then, a couple Kiss songs like Forever by Kiss that Michael Bolton actually wrote half of.
Yeah.
So,
what's on your playlist? What's your give me some of you. I don't want to know the names of the playlist.
Yeah, well, I changed them. So
Give me some of you.
There's 2 playlists right now I have. There's a road music playlist for when I jump on the bike and ride.
Yep.
And then there's another playlist of my favorite stuff.
Okay.
So just to let everybody know, I had to change the name of the playlist because I didn't realize my playlists go public.
Uh-oh.
So when I had songs to F2 and woman getting songs, I'll just say woman getting because it's not. It's about the kitty. I had that written on there, and I had a pastor, a friend of my pastor from Texas say, your pastor can see what your playlist says.
Oh, boy, I bet that was awkward.
And I'm like, oh, great. But I changed the name of them. So CC's Road Songs is one of them. And it has Don't Stop Believing by Journey, Rock You Like a Hurricane by the Scorpions. It has Girls, Girls, Girls by Motley Crue, Love Gun by Kiss, all my favorite stuff.
Yeah.
And then the other one, who you would never believe this, Sam Smith Unholy because it's a cool song. I don't care. Let me just say, I don't care if what you like, what you love, what you do. Everybody loves somebody. Everybody deserves love. So that being said, I don't care what you do.
Yeah, I agree with
If
that.
the music's good, the music's good. Okay? So Sam Smith's Unholy is one of my new favorite songs because it sticks in your brain and just eats away like a earwig.
Yeah. I got 3 of them in there right now.
Yeah. In the Club by 50 Cent is on there. Candy Shop. I even got Ace of Base from back in the day. If a lot of the young kids ain't gonna know that with The Sign.
Oh man, you take me pulling back to high school right now.
And the good thing about Ace of Base is they use the same beat for every song on their album.
That's because their drummer sucked, wasn't it?
Well, no, because they used a drum machine.
Oh, they did.
They used techno and drum machine. So
I got fired for a drum machine one time.
yeah, I mean that's. We tried to use it one time because I can never find a stable drummer, and I was like, I'll just put a drum machine on. Screw it.
I don't think they make a stable drummer, to be honest with you.
I don't either.
Every one of them's fucked up as vinegar ice cream.
But yeah, I mean it's an Ace of Base, and then I got In Vogue. You remember In Vogue from back in the day? What a Man with Salt and Pepper.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I got all that stuff with Tina Turner.
Oh man, Tina Turner railed it.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm a big Motown and blues, and I love Motown, man. The Four Tops, the Temptations, Frankie Valli, and the Four Seasons. I got grown up on that stuff. Man.
Yeah.
Steppenwolf, Iron Maiden, Skinner, ZZ Top, Kiss, Ted Nugent, Doobie Brothers.
Well, hell, that's why you can sing it all. You listen to it all.
I do. I listen to even Air Supply, and I know I'm gonna get some flack over that. Air Supply.
Hell, we've solved the mystery. Why can CC Clevenger sing everything? Well, fuck, he listens to everything.
Why am I a ballad? Because I listen to ballads. When I'm feeling blue one day, I put on Air Supply, and I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. It's all good, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. My God, I feel like my hair just grew 2 inches when you sung that. I'm gonna have to go to the closet and dig out my parachute pants here in a minute.
Then you got the ultimate favors: Marvin Gaye, Barry White.
Oh yeah,
all that the
playlist.
The playlist that I said songs to F to: Barry White, Marvin Gaye, Teddy Pendergrass, Al Green.
They got some of them deep voice fellers on that.
Man.
Oh yeah.
You got Teddy Pendergrass on "Turn Off the Lights, Light a Candle."
What do you think about Aaron Neville?
Oh, well, man, that is an iconic voice that everybody tries to imitate.
Oh yeah, Aaron Neville.
I don't know much. No, I love you.
And I forgive me if I'm being offensive, but is that a penis tattooed on his face?
It looks like it, man, but it's just a big old mole or something, some birthmark.
Well, no, he's got that tattoo.
Oh, I didn't see the tattoo. I just know there's a big mole on his cheek.
Well, we don't have enough money to do Joe Rogan and bring that up, but I'll show you when we get done. He's got like it's a phallic symbol of some sort.
Yeah, if he does, it's fine.
I don't care.
If that's what he likes. I mean, hey.
Yeah,
I like Elton John, but I mean, just don't matter.
Yeah, I'd love to see Elton John in concert.
Oh man, he's retired now, but I just love it, man.
Yeah,
I watched his last concert from Dodger Stadium on YouTube because you can get anything on YouTube, but it was a 2-hour concert of all of his hits from Dodger Stadium because he started out at Dodger Stadium, and he wore the same outfits. And did everything the same.
Yeah, come out there looking like Big Bird off of Sesame Street.
Yeah, and then at the end,
fucking just nailing that piano, and you're like, man.
Had the Dodgers jersey on for the last one.
Yeah,
man, it was freaking amazing. And then you watch little cartoons like Sing, and you got I'm Still Standing by some big gorilla with a biker outfit on, and
yeah,
it's all good. I'm a kid at heart, man. I love my Disney.
Speaking, this is a real fucked up segue here, but speaking of Elton John, man, I'd like to hear you do just a real badass fucking piano ballad.
Oh, I can sing. I do "Don't Let the Sun Go Down."
I can.
Yeah,
I'm talking about something like original. Come up
original. Pattern.
Yeah, come up out of plumb down from that lower intestine and come out there and bring up that damn piano. Just you and a fucking baby grand.
Well, I can't play piano, so I'd have to have somebody play.
We'll get that shit. I know people. I know a feller.
Actually, I know a piano player that we played with in Florida called John Melnick, and he travels around to all these casinos and he's the piano man, and he's writing music and trying to pass me some music and.
Oh, dude, may I make a request that you do a fucking just you and a piano, just a piano ballad.
Yeah,
you do what you do. You just get out of your mind,
dude. I'll pull some Barry Manilow out and do some Barry Manilow.
Yeah, just get out of your mind and just write what you feel.
Yeah,
and just put a little damn reverb on that piano and you just my God, just get in there. God, I can.
You ain't got to ask me twice to write a ballad.
I can almost hear it now, and I don't even know what in the hell you're going to write, but I know it's going to be damn good. And I know what song list it's the playlist it needs to go on.
Yeah, well, my playlist changed like every other month, so you got the picture, don't you? What is it? What is it? Tell us what is it.
Hand it around. Hand it around. We're going.
We tried to get away from it, but now he's got the picture of it.
Yeah, fuck.
Oh yeah, well, it's a cross.
Not.
That doesn't look like. That looks like it looks like something with wings.
Something.
It is a cross, though. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I would have liked to have been partying with him the night that he made that decision.
Yeah, because the tattoo artist should have known better.
Yeah, he's probably like, bro, really?
Yeah.
You want on your cheek? You won't,
man. But look at Jelly Roll, man. He's got all them prison tattoos on his face.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah, I don't know much about the prison tattoos. You think they were voluntary or?
Oh, it all depends.
I've not been to prison yet.
Oh, no.
Not saying it ain't gonna happen.
I'm not going to say if I have or not. I do have family that were police officers, so
yeah, hell. I mean, it's not a bad thing. We could do a highwayman kind of deal.
Absolutely.
Modern day, damn.
But I definitely got some ideas for a ballad, so we can make it a piano ballad.
Oh man, I'd love that. I did. Yeah.
What? I got a new.
Yeah, let's talk about.
Thank you, babe. If you don't know, she keeps me on track, right? That's
the boss over here telling us.
That's the reality check that I get every once in a while because when I drift off and forget, she just reminds me. So she's my rock.
Well, she's a very fantastic woman, and it's been a pleasure to meet you.
So we do have a brand new song that a friend of mine named Scott in Florida helped me write. What's Scott's last name? Bellows. I know like 15,000 Scotts. So Scott Bellow is a piano man, and we sat down in his apartment one night, and I had the words already, I had the melody already, and he sat with his piano and actually wrote the piano part for Whiskey Woman.
Oh, nice.
So, and then we recorded it at Classic Mike's studio in Bristol, and Mike did a fantastic job on it. It's a catchy hook. Love the hook. And it gets in your brain, and you'll never forget it. It's about me and my struggle with alcohol.
Okay.
And losing my relationship that I was in because alcohol just took over myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's still true. It's about me, and it's a wonderful tune. It's called Whiskey Woman. It's coming out September 2nd. It's our anniversary, and it's coming out our anniversary.
Oh boy, I can't wait to hear that. Any chance I could get an advance copy of that, man?
I'm pretty sure I can send you a copy.
Okay, I'm gonna be out here jamming to it.
So it's another ballad, even though I'm a balladeer. I can't help it.
Hey, dude. If I had your voice, man, I'd be singing ballads all day long.
But look, and I would go back to look at Kenny Rogers, man. Lady,
yeah,
she believes in me. You decorated my life. I mean, ballads, all kinds of ballads.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you ever have a boring show where your mind drifts off in the middle of the song?
Yes, indeed. We were at the old country club in Bristol when it was still the country club.
Yeah.
Quarter Bounce was playing. There was 15, 20 people on a Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
And my Indianapolis Colts were playing in the playoffs.
You over watching TV.
And I was standing on stage singing something that I really didn't like. And my head just drifted to Peyton Manning up on TV, and I just started
Touchdown.
watching TV, and then halfway through, Jeremy comes over and says, "Are you going to sing the second verse or not?" Because I was watching the football game.
Dude, I've done it too. Shoot.
Sometimes, man, when you're in a cover band, you need to switch up your songs, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when it got to the point where people said, "Oh, you're on your second set, so Mustang Sally's the third song in the set, and then Hurt So Good's number 4," and you're looking at your list and like, "Well, shit."
Yeah, they know the set list better than you do.
So
you're like, hell, what's next?
Yeah, and when you know the set list back and forth because you played it for the last 5 years,
yeah,
it's time to switch up a little bit. So.
Yeah, I've had that happen where a song will come on in the truck, and I'm like, oh, I got to play this next song next, and I'm like, wait a minute, fuck, I ain't on stage right now.
Yeah. So I mean, that's another thing. My goals, I don't know if we got to this part now, but my future goals in this musical journey. We're going to take a couple months off because I have to get this new job started up in Indiana.
Yeah.
It's going to give me time to sit and write some fresh new songs. And then my goal is to put a band together to play originals and covers and to play everything, not just one style, not just one genre. I want to have enough songs to have 2 or 3 different shows that I can pull from this pool of 200-300 songs. And if it's a different crowd each night, you know what to pull from.
Oh yeah, and that's a skill in itself, reading the room.
Yeah.
That a lot of front men don't understand.
Yep.
They just think that, hey, you just go out there and do what you do. No, you got to kind of look and see. You can't hit them with 4 toe tappers in a row. Hell, they're out of breath.
Yeah.
They got to get a beer.
It all depends on the age of the crowd. It all depends on the venue. If you're at a Moose Lodge, they're going to want slower old country.
They won't get up there and rub up on their damn significant other.
If you're at a club and you got younger people, they want to hear younger stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then if you're at like a place like Capone's, it's mostly originals. That's what they're used to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
well, I'm going to make a prediction, and I don't know if it's going – I'm not Nostradamus or anything, but I think you're going to be down selling out some theaters here for too long, good sir.
I hope so, man.
I feel like, I mean, your repertoire is phenomenal. Love the songwriting, love the execution, specifically love the vocals. And I love specifically for you how you know when to bring it.
Right.
You know, I think I like Stapleton a lot, right?
Yeah.
Nashville got a hold of him, and he's just in that high register railing it the whole damn time. I'm like, dude, you don't start the race in 5th gear.
No.
You got to build up to that. And that's something that I've noticed with you. You know when to bring it, and I like how you use dynamics and just in your phrasing and your performance. I like how you know when to rail that shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then you pull it back and you put it back in that old.
It's a roller coaster ride.
Yeah, give it that old Marvin Gaye, get back in on it's off on the side there just a little bit.
You don't blow your load right at first, man.
Yeah. I mean,
you got to ease your way into it.
Yeah, I've done that, and it was not well received. I'll tell you that right now.
But yeah, one of the greatest quotes, well, 2 greatest quotes that I've ever heard. Conway Twitty for one. You sing to the women, the men will follow.
Oh yeah.
You don't sing to the men. You sing to the women.
Yeah, you sing to the women.
Because if the women like it, the men's going to try to get with the women, and they're going to like whatever the women like.
Oh yeah.
And number 2 was T.G. Shepard, because we went and seen him at the Russell County Fair, and everybody was shouting for his, the big hits. He goes, "Children, you got to eat your dinner before you can get dessert."
I've worked with TG before. He's pretty cool.
So he said, "Nope, you got to get dinner before you get dessert."
Yep.
And that's how he worked his show, man.
Yeah. You just do it.
One of my favorite songs of his is "Wine in the Water."
Yeah.
Or was that T. Grant Brown? That's T. Grant Brown, not T.G. Shepard.
That was T.
Grant Brown. I get them mixed up. TGs and T's and T's, whatever.
The alphabet's hard, dude. Supposed to damn make fucking history up in here. What if Thomas fucking Jefferson didn't have nobody video recording when he signed the Declaration of damn Independence?
Which they didn't, but it's okay.
Shut up.
But you seen Hamilton, so Hamilton let you know.
Quit fact checking me, CC. What the fuck?
I am not throwing away my shot. I'm not throwing away my shot. It got to the point where every time I said that, she would slap me.
Probably.
I got slapped a whole bunch.
Oh, you probably deserved it.
Yeah, well, yeah. Every time I mentioned Hamilton, the theater play, yeah.
Turn that shit off.
We don't like piped in shit, man. Come on.
I will no shit throw this at you after I drink it. Well, Colleen's too close. Get back over there.
It's not the first time she's had alcohol spilled on her.
Well, I mean,
if
you're involved with music, you go. So.
well, there was one good show that I got totally wasted at I think it was the Eagles Club in Castlewood, and I was drinking liquid marijuanas that has 7 different kinds of alcohol in it.
Yeah.
Drank about 6 of them. They ran out of the stuff to make it, so they started giving me triple shots of vodka with green Krakow in it, and trying to pass it off as liquid marijuana, which I drank them. I drank four of those, and then I had about 10 beers on top of that.
Oh, boy.
So, needless to say, I was feeling good.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the night, about the last 2 songs, I was doing one of these come hither things to Colleen. And she came up on stage. What? I need you to hold me up so I can finish the song.
Old mic stand wasn't helping, was it?
No. So she had to hold me up for the last song. I sat down because I thought the show was over, and I'm at the part where I'm just sitting there. I have no clue what's going on, passing out, whatever.
Yeah.
And the guitar player says, "Let's do one more." All right, let's do it.
Oh, fuck.
So we have a 2-hour drive home from Castlewood to Kingsport about that part, and we're going back through the forest and through the trees, and needless to say that I had to throw up.
Oh, yeah. That curvy road, dude, I don't give a damn how good you are.
We made it 5 minutes down the road, and I started throwing up in a popcorn bucket.
That's innovative.
Yeah. So, well, the guitar player's mom knew it was coming, so she gave Colleen the popcorn bucket.
He's about to.
So we were in my car, and I was throwing up, and the smell was getting to her, so she started getting sick. And then she hit a pothole. Well, I decided that the pothole threw back on me, and I was wearing that popcorn bucket full of stuff.
Oh, man.
So then the windows went down, and I was trying to – she just bought me that shirt. She just came in. I wore it. I tried to take it off and throw it out the window. No, I just bought that shirt.
No, that thing's going in the washing machine.
So for an hour and a half, I had my head out the window, puking down the side of my car. And then we got to Kingsport, and it was 3 a.m, and I'm hanging out, throwing up still, and she's like, "Get in the car, there's cops around here." So 3 days later, I finally woke up sober, and I missed 3 days somehow. I slept through 3 days worth of...
Yeah. Do you find that the hangovers hurt more than they used to?
Nah, well, I don't really drink as much anymore. And so I really don't get hangovers, but I did get drunk. What was it, Sunday? Sunday, I had about 16 shots of Fireball and reminded myself why I don't drink that much anymore.
I think it's required to do it about every 6 months.
Yeah.
Just to reset the clock and be like, all right, okay.
It was a 4th of July party, and we were celebrating America's birthday. And, it was hot as shit outside. And
you're a patriot.
I'm a patriot, man.
Yeah,
so I was doing shots for every military member that was out in the crowd.
Yeah. So. Fucking reel the Fireball.
And then I had a dumbass moment where I got onto a mechanical shark instead of a mechanical bull and lasted 2 seconds on it, which there is video of it.
So, I'm a bit confused. Where the fuck did you find a mechanical shark?
Well, the trailer park / party that we were doing actually brought inflatables in, and it was a huge, huge party by Holston Lake.
Okay.
And instead of a mechanical bull, they had a mechanical shark with a big swimming pool of air that you fell in. I got so drunk that I was like, you know what, I'm going to get on that damn shark. So it took me like 5 minutes to actually throw my big ass over the shark to get on it, and then he turned it on in 2 seconds. I was on my back like a turtle trying to get out of the pool. But I got on the shark.
Well, see, I kind of feel like there's a life goal that I have to accomplish now because you've definitely outshined me here. I've never even seen a mechanical. I saw the video.
Yeah.
By the way, I saw the. I
I
love
was
it.
screaming at the guy, "Don't move the damn thing yet." He is, "Sir, your weight's the one moving it." So yeah, I didn't last long, but it was a goal, so it was all right.
Man, yeah, I'm gonna have to. Next mission is go find a damn mechanical shark. Maybe I'm gonna one up you.
You'll get 3 seconds.
I'm gonna get like a mechanical sea line, and then you'll have to come
I'll
back.
have to top you.
You'll be like, well, yeah, I got a fucking manatee.
Yeah.
Now what?
Get a killer whale or something like that.
This shit's gonna keep on till the production budget's just gonna bankrupt us.
I don't even know how much they paid for that because I know how much we got paid, and then it was fine. But
Yeah.
it's all good anyway.
Well, I would like to talk about something that was just bestowed on me a few minutes ago.
Is that still on?
The website is right here.
It's CC-CCClevenger.com.
Go to that.
And then there's a spot for you to register. All the new videos and music is on there. All the schedules is on there. There's pictures on there. There's a bio of me on there. So go up there, register, sign up. That way, anytime we have a new show, you get emailed where the show is going to be.
And I'm going to be at one or all of those shows.
Yeah. Come on up to Chicago, man. We'll do it.
I'll come up there, dude. They got some good food up there. I'm
Deep dish.
Oh, yeah.
You know, all right, I'm going to go there. I'm weird, okay? I was raised in Maryland, and I hung out in Philly and New York. So pizza.
Yep.
Pizza don't come in squares. They come in triangles.
Yeah.
All right? So where we're moving to, all the fucking pizzas in squares. They cut it in squares. All right? So we went and had deep dish with our sons and my son's girlfriend or fiance or whatever she is. Lovely girl. I love her to death. Hopefully he'll marry her. But we went there and we had deep dish. Well, they fucking cut it in squares. So this little innocent waitress, I feel bad. I'm like, what the fuck is this pizza cut in squares for? What the hell, man? And she just started, oh, I'm so sorry, sir. I didn't know we did anything wrong. I have to have my pizza in triangles.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you. And here's why. I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick, but let's look at this scientifically.
All right.
If we think about the hypotenuse, I'm fucking this up. I don't know the
Well, see, you just tell me why you like it, and I'll tell you why I don't like it. How about that?
I don't know that I like it or dislike it, but I think that you're probably getting more for your money out of a rectangle than you are a triangle because you got the fucking ends.
All right. Well, this is why I don't like it. I see your point.
See my point? Like
I see your point, but here's why I don't like it.
Okay. All right.
I like having the triangles because I don't have to grab a handful of sauce to get the piece of pizza.
Okay.
So I grab the crust, fold it in half, and eat it, and I don't have to get sauce all over my damn hands.
Yeah, you're making that pizza taco.
Yeah. So when you grab a slice of real Chicago deep dish, you got a handful of sauce, cheese, and everything else.
Oh yeah,
it's messy as hell.
You've got a hand basket full of shit.
Yeah.
Going on.
So I don't like getting my hands dirty. That's one thing. I mean, I just don't. Yeah, I don't like getting my hands dirty.
I think my point's invalid. I believe you.
Yeah.
I rest my case, Your Honor. I believe we've successfully covered this topic.
I know we've went off the cuff here, but that's what one of these things do. Yeah, we can just want to know about me, and I'm fucked up in the head because I like triangle pizza. I just had a fit the other last week when we were up in Chicago.
I was fucked up in the head because I thought I liked rectangle pizza, but then I realized, hell, it's just an inconvenience.
Yeah, it's just it is what it is, man. But some people like my wife who grew up in Chicago and square pizza's the thing, and I just don't like it. So we had to go to a restaurant. We had to order 2 pizzas. We had to get one cut my way and one cut their way.
Well, I'm glad I knew that because, damn, if I'd have catered you next show and pulled that damn rectangle pizza up there,
you would have seen a David Lee Roth fit going on.
Shit, we'd have fucked up a hotel room that night. I'll guarantee you that shit. There goes my points for the rest of the year.
No brown M&Ms in this damn jar. Why is there a brown M&M in my jar? God damn it!
Can't have that shit. What the hell, man? I'll tell you, we've had such a good time, and I want to talk about something that I brought up earlier.
Yep.
I asked you to do a piano song, and it just hit me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it came organic, and we were having a conversation, and it was in the moment, and I'm like, I'd just like to hear him just rocking some shit on the backside of a baby grand. And I'll be damned if you didn't pull your phone out of your pocket, connect up to the Wi-Fi, and you're like, you mean like this one? And I listened to it, and the hair stood up on my arms. I said, yeah.
It's already been done.
That's the one right there. Coming out September the 2nd.
September 2nd, our anniversary is coming out. I don't know why I'm playing that one on our anniversary, because it has nothing to do with being in love, really. Well, kind of, but
Well, it's you got to go through some bad times before you know what you
to
got.
get the good times, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's to me, it's if this song doesn't go somewhere or somebody doesn't pick it up, then somebody's stupid. Because this song is the ultimate old school country ballad that can go skyrocket.
Oh, and I've just heard it once, and I absorbed it, and it just took me right back to, like you said, that old school country. Just
I could hear Kenny Chesney singing it.
I'd rather he didn't.
Well,
I'd rather you do it.
Oh, I believe me, I want to do all my stuff. But,
He'll fuck it up.
oh yeah,
He'll fuck it up.
but if somebody had to do it, he already has the fan base that it doesn't matter. Well, he can get on there and take a shit online, and he'd have 14 million followers on it.
I never understood how a boy from East Tennessee turned into a great value Jimmy Buffett.
Well, he got in with the right people.
You know,
he got in with Tim McGraw.
I mean, he for whatever reason he turned into like the generic Jimmy Buffett.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
Like, what the fuck, dude? You went to ETSU.
And now you live on a private island in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's everybody's got their own path, but
I mean, there's rumors that he had a chest implants put in to make him look like he has muscles and shit.
I had a couple of them put in, but they're
Well,
just.
I mean, mine are natural, so
These are all ribeye right here. I mean,
don't get me wrong. There's some songs of Kenny Chesney I like. Back Where I Come From is one, and what's the one? God, I can't remember the name of them now because I guess it's not that important. But Had Me From Hello. I don't know how many weddings I've sang that damn song at.
Yeah.
But The Very Best of Me, my original, has played at more weddings. That song is my first song I ever wrote. Just got released July 1st.
I shared it. I listened to it.
Yeah.
I absorbed it.
My first song I ever wrote, my original.
Dude, it spoke to my soul. I was full hot on that one. Love that song.
It's got a great backstory to it, man. I was in a band called Murphy's Law up in Maryland.
Did things go wrong in that band?
Yeah, a lot. We were all drunks, so there was plenty.
Well, the hell, you just described every band.
Yeah, every band in cover history. But we were doing a show at a dive biker bar right on the Susquehanna in Maryland. It was the road that led straight to Baltimore Arena. And we were doing our show. We're having a great time. And next thing you know, we see this little guy run in. A tour bus broke down outside of the biker bar. And it was my fantasy woman, who I'm not going to name because I don't want no shit off of
Yeah,
her.
we don't want anything thrown. There's a lot of sharp objects in the studio right now, so let's not say
my
that.
fantasy woman was on that tour bus that broke down. We'll just say it's Colleen right now. Because she is my fantasy woman now. All right, so the bus broke down, and they had to ask permission, and they were scared to death because there was a million bikes around this biker bar, right? So they said, oh, yeah, come in. Nobody's going to bother you. We cleared it with the head biker and whatever. So in walks the band that's going to be playing in Baltimore. Their bus broke down. And my fantasy woman walks by, and that's another time I forgot the lyrics to every song I ever sang in my whole life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, my God. There she is. And I'm like, phew. So they hung out for like an hour and a half till they got AAA there to fix whatever. And I'm singing. And next thing you know, I get a message saying, I want you to sing me a song and dedicate it to me. And I'm like, oh, man, that's pretty, that's, pressure.
Yeah. And this was from the Fantasy Woman?
This is from my fantasy woman.
Now, what year did Janis Joplin die?
Oh, shit. It was around the late 70s, I think.
I think it was heroin, wasn't it?
Because she overdosed on heroin.
That was a joke. I derailed the conversation.
That's my dad's fantasy woman.
Oh.
All right. So that and Linda Ronstadt. But I got a message, sing me a song and dedicate to me. So I sang Wonderful Tonight by Eric Clapton.
Yeah.
And then the bus got fixed, and on her way out, she came up and actually kissed me, said I was awesome, and walked out the door.
Like on the lips or just
Yes.
on the like you
Lips. Full. Mwah.
Oh.
So needless to say, everything, my temperature rose, and so did everything else.
Untuck that shirt, brother.
So
Untuck that shirt.
I get home.
It's going to get weird.
I get home at 3 o'clock in the morning, and my best friend I ever had and my partner at the time, Dennis Maxwell Sr., who we wrote a lot of shit together. He was my brother. He calls me at 2 in the morning, says, dude, I got a song. Let's just come over. You can spend the night here. And we did this for 6 years.
Yeah.
We were at each other's houses just writing music all the time. And I called him up at 3 o'clock in the morning. He goes, I was wondering when you were going to call me. He said, I just knew that you had a song coming. And I'm like, dude, I just wrote my first song. And he said, I'm waiting on you. Come on over.
And he didn't know. He didn't know about the fantasy kiss.
Oh, no, he was on stage.
Oh, he was there.
Yeah, he was in a band with me.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was, oh,
So
shit.
he knew it was coming. He knew that the song was coming. So
Do you think he was jealous?
no.
Sure?
No, he wasn't jealous. He's met a lot more famous people than I have.
I don't know.
He's passed away now. He had cancer, and
I know that feeling,
and,
brother.
it's cancer sucks, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, I get there at 3:30 in the morning. We stayed up until 8 o'clock in the morning. We finished the song. I showed up with a paper that said "the better part of me," and then I wrote it in 10 minutes. And he's like, "This is awesome, but I think you want her to have the very best of you instead of the better part of you."
Ah.
So he did the title, and I'm like, awesome. So then we have a makeshift studio, and his bathroom was my recording booth because it has echo in it.
Yeah, you got some reverb in there.
He's in the living room with his guitar. I played the drums. There's an electronic drum kit, which I hated to play.
Oh,
at
yeah,
the
they
time.
suck.
But, and then I played a little bit of the keyboards for the synthesizers. We made a power ballad. So the song was done, and we played that same bar the next night, and we debuted that song the next night.
The next day?
He did acoustic guitar, and I sang it acoustically.
Dude.
And everybody, and the bad part was that song was over 6 minutes, the original version of it.
Yes.
And that's taboo on the radio.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that. Unless you're CCR or Skinnerd.
Anything over 3 minutes and 25 seconds is considered no go for Nashville.
Yeah, you gotta have a hall pass.
Yeah. So 6 minutes, and everybody said, man, it was a beautiful song, but it was too long. And so we ended up cutting it down to 4 minutes. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm not doing any more cutting on it.
Now, how long ago was this?
This was 1998 or 9.
I can't do the math on that, but that's over 20 some years.
I graduated in 1996. So
Man, that's and
98, 99,
and you got it released
around
on
2000. So it's over 24 years old.
and it came out July 1st.
It was out, and then I didn't like the way it was done at the studio I was at.
Yep.
It wasn't finished.
So you redid it.
So we re-recorded it with Classic Mike,
Nice.
and we just re-released it July 1st. And I am
Nice.
happy. I do all my own background harmonies. I do 3-part harmony for everything.
Yeah.
And very proud of it every time it hits.
And now, is that in fact the very best of you?
It is the very best of me.
Well, I disagree because I just heard the next one. That's the very best so far.
It's the
Can we
foundation.
can we say that?
Yeah.
That's
It's the foundation that laid to the journey that's happening now.
and that's a good point. That's a good point, and I really respect and appreciate the fact that you went back and took that song and was like, "No, we're gonna do it a little bit different."
Yeah, it was the one that has my heart because for one, my best friend in the whole world, who I considered a brother, helped me write it.
Yeah,
That's the one part. And then number two was my first song I ever wrote
yeah,
for myself. And then three, when Quarter Bounce played it as the power ballad for 5 or 6 years, however long we did it, I had to get my ordained minister's license because people wanted me to marry them in the middle of our shows, and they used my song as their wedding song.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've had some divorces happen in my shows, but never a
Yeah.
marriage.
So I've done 7 or 8 weddings at shows during the set breaks,
Really?
and they used "Very Best of Me" as their wedding song.
Damn, dude, that's that.
So
Ooh, yeah. Wow.
yeah, I mean,
That's,
and I look at my life, and sometimes I'm like, man, I haven't done shit. But to be honest with you, I've done a whole lot.
Oh shit.
And
Yeah.
I've had kids. Like I had a child that we were substituting, and came up and said, you know what, I was last night was a bad night, and I was going to off myself, and then I started listening to your music, and I just want to let you know you pulled me through it. They listened to "I Don't Have to Like You, But I Love You," and this kid just blew my mind. I'm sitting there trying to teach him the lesson, and she asked me for a moment of my time, and I was like, wow. I was just like,
How's that feel when you know that something that you've poured your heart and soul into, and something that's so important to you that you've crafted, actually legitimately verified impacted somebody else's life, man.
speechless, especially for the situation that happened.
Oh man.
I mean, I saved that person from offing themselves,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I can't fathom that I would be able to do that. I don't think, I look back at my life and how screwed up my life is to influence somebody or influence the next generation to not be like Garth Brooks or Kenny Rogers or Conway Twitty or Waylon Jennings, but Triple C influence somebody.
Well, dude, and maybe you're selling yourself short there.
Well, I am. My whole life I was always told that I wasn't good enough. I was too heavy to be on. I was too heavy, work and die like a normal person. And to give me the fuel and build a fire to prove everybody wrong.
Oh, dude. I mean, and like I say, I disagree because I respect and appreciate your talent and,
Right.
Getting to know you and working together. Man, just what a fantastic human you are. And that shit doesn't come easy, dude.
No.
So there's bound to have been some struggles.
Oh, I have my moments, dude. I'm a complete asshole. I can be one of the biggest assholes around.
Well, we all can.
And then I switch back. I guess that's bipolar or whatever it is. But there's only been a few times where I've been a complete dick, like you hear about some of these artists.
Yeah.
And it's mostly when they're screwing up my original music. I could care less about the covers. That's not my song.
Yeah.
But don't screw up my song.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to play it, you
Play it.
got
At least you can have your rendition and you can put your little flair on it, but make sure it's recognizable.
Yeah. Yeah. And they sometimes I'll play in a band. Hell, I just ain't good enough to play it
Right.
the studio way. And I just tell the guys, I'm like, hey, I'm going to have to do this. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, they're okay with it.
Most of the time, just keep time and But
and the dynamics in the band, and I think about it a lot differently. Me primarily being a drummer, and I'm a singer-songwriter as well, but the drums are a very obnoxious instrument.
it can be.
If you
It can be.
if you don't understand your job as a drummer, you can just totally ruin everybody's vibe.
Tempo and dynamics and chops and
Yeah, stay in the pocket.
yeah.
They're not there to see you. They're there to see the whole band. And I get pissed off when I see these assholes throwing, double stroke fills in. Shut up. Just shut the fuck up. Keep the time.
Yep.
And be dynamic with the band.
Leave the triplets alone, please.
Yeah, stay off of that shit. Just be dynamic with the band. If you need an accent, put one in. Yep. Make it fit at the end of a lead break. Make it fit on a chord change. Make it fit to where it's a cohesive unit.
Well, look at Chad Smith, man. I've been watching a lot of Chad Smith's videos, and just simple fucking rim shots on some of this stuff. Chad Smith is a phenomenal drummer.
Oh, yeah.
And then when they had a session where they put these professional drummers and give them a song they've never heard, take out the drum track and let them hear everything else and see what their rendition is.
Oh, yeah.
He did 30 Seconds to Mars, the song To Kill. Phenomenal. He nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it. They had Megadeth's drummer on there doing Mr. Brightside by The Killers. Friggin' nailed it, man.
Yeah.
Phenomenal guys. And they know that their place is behind.
Yeah.
You're not Neil Peart, man. You're not the center of attention with 15,000 drums circling in a circle.
Yeah, you ain't Tommy Lee spinning in a damn Rubik's Cube above the stage. Ain't nobody needs that shit. And it was cool when they did it. But
it put on a show.
It does put on a show. But most people come to a show just to feel that energy that comes off of the stage. All you need to do is worry about keeping the kick and the snare on time. And everything else.
That's what when I look for a show, I want to feel that heartbeat.
Yeah, punching you at 90 hertz right up in that
I want to feel that
rib cage.
And the best one, and God rest his soul, he passed away, Britt Turner from Blackberry Smoke. When I went to the Buchanan County Fair and watched him, you could feel the kick drum every time he hit.
Oh, yeah.
Go right through you, man.
That takes you right to church right there.
Yeah,
you're right up with the Lord when that happens.
And, I feed off the kick drum when I do some music because I'm looking for that beat and the tempo and the time. So
yeah.
And while we're here, God bless the lead singer from the Oak Ridge Boys who died today.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
And he's been a great influence, too, because the Oak Ridge Boys with the harmonies and the...
Oh, dude, that 4-part harmony you can't replace it.
So, yeah, I mean, he passed away today or yesterday, and God bless him and prayers for his family as well. So, but I do want to say thank you to you, for one, for having me here. Thank you to my wife for being my rock and putting up with my asshole ways and arguing and trying to be tough and whatever. And she's the toughest one out of both of us. So.
Oh, she's one of the best. It's been my pleasure to get to meet her.
So. She's smart, man. She's fucking smart.
I know she's smart.
She's getting her master's degree, and she's almost done.
She married you, dude.
Oh, yeah, well,
you a good dude. You can't put all the credit off on everybody else now.
Man,
I mean, we've documented. We got some.
I can't hear you. I didn't know he was a singer. Oh no, she never knew I was a singer when I first met her.
What?
We met on Facebook dating when they still had the dating app on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I clicked on her. She was at the Tennessee Neyland Stadium up here, had her arms up. And, I still remember the picture. And I clicked on it. And we started talking. I'm like, well, meet me at Dee Dee's in Molsheim. Probably one of the diviest dive bars you can get around here.
Oh, yeah.
And it was karaoke night. And the karaoke guy had his phone out. And he didn't even have equipment. He had his phone. We were doing karaoke to his phone. So I just decided to do Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton.
That's it.
And
that's the end of it, wasn't it?
We danced together, and I sang to her at the same time.
Oh, boy, that sealed the deal right there.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, if you dance with me, hell, I might marry you. I don't know. I ain't never tried it, but
we spent another hour out on outside on the picnic table, and then 2 months later, I was asking her to marry me.
Well, man, I'm just beside myself of the opportunity to get to sit and hang out with you and learn more about you, and super excited about you being involved with Rock House Music Alliance and the things.
I am proud to be a part of Rock House Music Alliance, man. I'm gonna post that shit everywhere. Yeah, and send me a logo so I can put my face on it.
I'm gonna do it.
And then I'm looking forward to supporting local music and local music artists and bumping up everybody just to get everybody out there, man.
Yeah, and that's one thing that, and I do want to maybe do a shameless plug here. That's one of the things that we do at RMA.
Yep.
Is when we're working with a new artist, we bring a whole damn community in.
Right.
We're like, hey, guys, do you have any? Now, if obviously if the artist wants it, right?
Right.
Hey, we'll track. Excuse me. Damn, COVID's real shit.
You got COVID?
No,
Oh, okay.
I drink too much.
I seen your animal skull up there had a mask on. So.
Now, he wasn't vaccinated.
Oh, okay.
I got vaccinated, so the Longhorn over the fireplace has to have the mask because we couldn't. I tried to get him vaccinated, and they're like, sir, we don't know how to do that.
Well, hell, we've had COVID. Well, she's had it, what, twice? Once? I've had it 3 times.
Yeah, I've had
It's just a freaking cold, man.
It's a cold.
I mean, give me a break. These Chinese people just sent it over here, and it was over.
Well, and I kind of feel like a damn fool for putting a mask on the Longhorn because, I mean, what's a mask going to do? Because, like, we all wear trousers, and you can fart.
Yeah.
And you can smell a fart through the trousers.
I do that quite often, anybody who knows me.
So, I mean, do I have a valid point? Yeah. Like, does that make sense that what? Oh, dude, are you one of them dicks that farts on the drummer and then walks off?
The drummer pisses me off.
Exit fucking stage left?
Yep, I do.
What? We've got technical difficulties with my mic. Oh, I think it's fixed now.
I don't know.
Was it clipping on you?
No, not me. No.
Oh, it went all to hell on me. Maybe it's my ears.
No, but when a drummer pisses me off and doesn't do something right, I just bust ass on him and then walk off.
Dick move. Dick move. Remember when I said I was going to play them shows with you?
Yeah, well.
On my rider, I have to physically see you eat 4 Beano 2 hours before we get on stage. Then I'll play those shows. I'm not saying I'm not playing the shows.
Right.
But I need to make sure that shit's neutralized before I'm stuck.
I got to stand over to the right. Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of dive bars, I don't know what it is about front men. Maybe you can answer this. Maybe you don't know this. But the drummer can't move.
No.
So when the titties come out and you stand in between me and the titties.
Especially as big as I am.
I can't see the titties. And then we take a break and they're like, dude, you see them titties? And I'm like, no, I saw your fat ass. Like, what the fuck, dude? Why do people do that?
Oh, man, Florida. Yeah, Florida. Actually, you know what I do? If I see titties come out, I turn to the side and let the drummer see them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Florida.
I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. He's a damn American patriot. Ladies and gentlemen, go to the website. Buy every damn song he's put out. Pre-order the one that's coming out September 2nd.
Yep.
I mean, my God.
Florida was a definite titty culture.
Yeah.
We did a place called the Square Grouper, and there was thousands of people, and this 19, 20-year-old decided she was going to try to take me home. Didn't know. I think she knew that you were with me. Did she not? But she flashed me. Her friend flashed me. She got another friend to flash me, and I didn't even look at him. I didn't care. So.
Well, I mean,
they're just, yeah.
Titty's a titty.
I'm blind, so I didn't have my glasses on anyway.
I can't see or hear good, but yeah. I like to be like, that looks like some titties over there.
It could have been a guy for all I knew. But yeah, she was 19 years old, man. I'm like, please, I got a daughter your age. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, my daughter was down. I don't think she was with us that time, but whew, God. My dog was there, for Christ's sake.
I'm ashamed that the dog had to look at that. You know, I wish that wouldn't have happened for the dog.
You know, the thing about me, dude, is I never know when somebody's making a pass or whatever because I don't care. She has to tell me, did you see her? Did you see her acting like a fucking slut? I'm like, no.
No, didn't.
No, I had no clue. What happened? Where's she at now?
Where'd she go?
Yeah, I have no clue unless... Like one night at the country club, this was before her, wife number 3, whatever it is.
I've had 3.5 of them.
Yeah. So I was at the country club, and this woman just came up and grabbed me right on the sack, man.
Oh, up in the tackle.
Yeah.
Man.
Twig and berries.
Got the
then,
sinker and the hook.
Yeah, and then the bouncers just stood there and laughed the whole time, and I'm like, dude, I'm trying to sing here.
Yeah.
I didn't miss a lyric, but
I mean, if you was doing a Journey song and she'd have squeezed real good, it might have helped.
Yeah, I could have hit that high note.
Yeah, you could have got up in that Steve Perry range there, but
so now after that, man, I stay back from the corner of the stage unless it's my family up there.
Oh yeah. I always tell all the guys I play with, especially if we don't have an elevated stage.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, when people's walking, you watch that mic because they'll hit that boom, knock it right in your mouth in a minute.
Oh yeah, I've been hitting the teeth before.
God,
that sucks.
People just ignorant.
So, but I do the Freddie Mercury now. I try to keep the microphone straight, or I just run it down, pick it up, and carry it around stage.
Yeah.
Which, I got my 5. I told you the 5 Mount Rushmores, but the ultimate entertainer ever in my eyes is Freddie Mercury.
Oh yeah.
Songwriter, musician, actor, stage performance out of hell, dude.
Dude.
Yeah.
He had a fucking stadium in his hand during a sound check. Remember that video? Where he's,
oh, yeah.
They're out there doing that shit, and I'm like, dude, that's fucking sound check.
Yeah, sound check. And
he's out there damn moistening panties.
After he
didn't even like it.
No.
Come to find out.
Well, you watched the movie. That's apparent. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the best movies ever made, though.
It was a good movie. I appreciate any movie that documents the struggles of a musician because it ain't a damn easy life.
Elton John's movie too, Rocket Man. Was that was really good.
That was a good movie. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's I just watch these guys on stage, man. I watch them. I don't try to imitate them by any means.
I wouldn't say that.
I put my own flair into my performance. But I enjoy watching. I get on YouTube and I look up HD concerts and I just go through an old concert or new concert and I just see how they act and see if they actually put on a show. I mean, one of my worst shows I ever went to was Alan Jackson.
I think one of my worst was Jamie Johnson.
Oh, they just stand there.
He stood there, and I'm not shitting you. He walked out. His guitar was in a stand, as the good Lord intended.
Yep.
He picked it up, put it on, walked up to the mic, played his show, and that's when I don't remember. Forgive me, I don't remember his last name, but Rowdy was playing lead guitar.
Oh,
are you familiar with Rowdy?
Yeah.
Because he earned his name.
Yeah.
He was all over the damn stage, jumping off the stacks. That was the most.
Chris Rowdy. No, that's a local talent.
No, this dude played lead for Jamie Johnson.
Okay.
This would have been back in.
He had a mohawk.
I think he did.
Yep.
It'd have been back in like 09 or 2010.
Yeah.
Back in them days, I believe he's since passed away. But
yeah, I think I remember who you're talking about now.
Jamie Johnson just,
stood there.
He never said thank you. Like he would end the song, and the band would crank off with the next one, and he'd just stand there and sing. And he got done. He set his guitar down and walked off. And I'm like,
yeah, worst. I mean, Alan Jackson did the same thing, dude.
Fuck, I could have sat at the house and listened to the damn, streamed it online and got the same thing.
I'd rather heard a CD. You're getting the same thing.
Yeah. Only thing that was entertaining was old Rowdy over there jumping off the damn shit and, you know.
I mean, it's Alan Jackson. I wasted $175 to watch Alan Jackson stand there.
Yeah.
I mean, you think you're that famous, you don't have to put on a show for the people.
Yeah, and I don't get that, and maybe there's some burnout, or maybe there's something that's coming into that. But you know, I guess people need to think about it, and they need to understand this is a job.
Yeah,
you're at work.
You're at work, and the crowd, your employees and the crowd and everything is there because that's what's making the business run.
Yeah.
If you don't have the crowd, you ain't nothing.
Yeah, we can sit here tonight and play guitar all night long and ain't never going to make a dollar.
No, not one bit.
Ain't going to do it. Might be cool as hell.
That's why we got jobs.
Yeah. That's why we have to work full time to support our bad music habit.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, I just I appreciate the whole crowd, man. I just don't take anything for granted.
And I'm going to tell you, I think everybody appreciates you. And like I say, it's been just a damn absolute pleasure to sit and talk with you and have you here in the studio and just learn more about where you came from and what you're doing and to hear these stories. And I think that this is something that fans want to hear.
Right.
You know,
I appreciate it. Yeah.
And I know you got a hell of a lot of damn fans. You got them you got them all over the damn globe.
We picked up fans in London and Germany and France and I'm picking them up in the United States. I'm from Maryland, so I have fans from New York all the way down to Florida. And
oh yeah,
of course, the most of the fans will not hit the follow button on Spotify because
and that's important. And folks, you need to do that.
Yeah.
You need to hit that follow.
Subscribe on YouTube and follow on Amazon and Spotify.
Yeah, and if you like what CC's doing, it doesn't cost you anything but a minute of your time just to hit that. But what that's going to do is get him the ability to book these shows. He's going to be in a neighborhood near you if you'll do that.
Yep, and then the more subscribers, the more followers you get, you actually get sponsored to go on the road, and then we can do this vet tour and a support animal tour for all these veterans who need it.
And that shit needs to happen.
That shit needs to happen.
That needs to damn happen.
Yeah.
And again, thank you for thinking of that.
Well, thank you for being a vet, and thank you for serving our country, man. I appreciate that.
Man, let's work together on this. And that's a vision that not a lot of artists have.
No, man.
And I want to say this out loud in cursive. I'm saying this in cursive right now.
All right.
CC Clevenger is a damn American patriot and a fine human. One of the finest I've ever had the pleasure to sit across the table from. I'm telling you that right now, and I'll stand by it till the end of time. And, it's not very often that you just find real damn good, genuine people like yourself, sir. And
I appreciate that.
It's my pleasure to know you.
Yes, sir.
And get to be privileged enough to get to work with you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate putting me on your label too. So that's great.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do some good things, man.
I'm excited. I'm excited about that.
We're gonna sell out some damn arenas here before too long.
Man, I don't care if it's 10 people or 100,000. Man, I'll give it 110% no matter what we do, as long as the people are loving it, and if we can get some veterans some money and support animals, I'm all for it.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna sell out a flea market on Friday night and a fucking arena on Saturday.
Sounds good.
That's how we're damn doing.
And then we'll go to church and confess our sins and play at church.
Yeah. I don't. How long does the service last? Because
Sundays normal service is an hour, but I fall asleep after 15 minutes.
It'll take us a while to confess all them sins from Friday and Saturday.
Oh shit! It's going to take more than one service.
Yeah. You think could we maybe email them in?
Hey, Bruce Almighty did that, didn't he?
I believe so. Yeah, there was a big file cabinet, had a real long drawer on it. We're going to need that, but. Man, it's just been such a pleasure. Just such a pleasure to get to sit and talk with you and learn about you. And I'm looking forward to doing this many more times.
Oh, absolutely.
I really am. And we're so thrilled to have you over at Rock House Music Alliance. Looking forward to the things that we're going to do and bringing your ideas up front.
Yeah.
And putting those into motion.
Right.
Because they need to damn be acted on. And that's what we can do. We can act on that.
I'm looking forward to doing my dream of my vet tour. It's going to happen. It's not when. It's going to be when it happens.
Yes.
Not if. When.
Yes.
If I have to drive myself in a van or a truck and do it, I'll do it. But it deserves to be come to fruition, and we're going to get it done.
I really respect and appreciate that. And again, just thank you for being you, sir.
Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you.
And thank you for all you do. This has been a wonderful conversation, and I hope to be able to do it again here.
Oh, absolutely.
Not long from now, and then we'll come back and tell everybody about the cool shit that we did. And then
you got to come up and bring us up to Chicago, man.
Yeah.
I'll turn the barn into the thing. We'll have a big old party, have it in the barn, and we'll do the podcast from there.
Oh yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll come to Chicago, but I'm a little concerned that they may have square pizza. So, I mean, as long as you grease the skids, because I don't want to offend you, coming in with square pizza and,
if you come in with square pizza, I'm going to have to order Chinese.
Yeah, you'd be like, you know what? You You can sleep on the back side of the barn.
Yeah,
you can don't even sleep in the barn. You go on the back side over
You
there.
can have the futon in the back with all the spiders.
Yeah, go over in the cornfield and find somewhere to curl up. You square pizza asshole.
That's great. I love it. New York style pizza, man. Come on.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we certainly appreciate you watching this episode. We would certainly appreciate if you would support CC Clevenger and go buy his music. Go like, share, subscribe, follow. Tell your grandmother about him. They love him. Grandmothers, yeah, grandmothers love CC. They think he's a wonderful, wonderful thing alive, and I agree with them. I'm certain that he is going to be just a breakout, phenomenal star at some point in time, and he deserves it. He deserves it, and I think that you've seen that through this episode. The man is real, and he does the things that music has strayed away from.
Yeah.
He writes songs that mean something to him. He writes songs that he's lived, and those songs mean something to you.
It's not AI.
It is not AI. It comes right up out the soul, and that's where good music lives. And his vocals are unprecedented and not surpassed by anybody that I've ever heard yet. So I would like for you to support independent musicians. I'd like for you to support the guys that have this heart and this character that CC has, and go out and help him continue to spread his good across the world, because he's obviously taking this mission on not only because he enjoys it, but he wants to give back to others, and that's something that you need to damn stand behind.
That's right.
And
That's right.
I just ask everybody, certainly appreciate you tuning in, and please support these artists, because that's why we do this, and they do this for you. And as you can see in CC's case, he does it for other people that he wants to help. Music can change the world. It really can. It's an art form that not many understand, but all enjoy. And we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you all for being with us.